technical issues, but we're about to get to it in just a second. And today's actually very exciting. But we are talking about flows agents inside of 11 Creative that allow you to I'm distracted by my messages, that allow you to automate and create alongside or with an AI agent. And the reason I'm saying fix is because on one of the platforms, I believe we're showing the wrong title. LinkedIn doesn't want to seem to be updating. So bear with me for 2 seconds, but I think it still says turn into templates. And I've got Mathieu in the background helping me. Yes, okay. Excellent. So as mentioned, we are about to have a look at flows agents. We're not turning workflows into templates, but I will briefly talk about templates. And it doesn't look like if I go into manage event, I can do manage attendees, but I can't actually update the name. What about if I go into live studio? Bear with me just a couple of seconds. Turning templates, it doesn't seem to be. If I return to live, I believe we're showing the wrong title.
All right.
LinkedIn doesn't want to seem to be updating.
Let me just
copy the title. So bear with me for 2 seconds, but I think
right.
it still
That's
says
what we're going to be
turn
doing.
into
We're going to be
templates, and I've got
creating
Mathieu,
faster
in the background helping
flows
me.
agents, and I apologize.
Yes.
for
Okay.
difficulty.
So excellent. So as mentioned,
Right,
we
still
are
not letting me
about
do it.
to have a look at
All right.
flows agents.
afraid
we're
we're gonna have
not
to stick with
turning
that.
workflows into templates. And it doesn't look like if I go into this is very silly. All right, you know what? Never mind. Let's get straight into it. Hey everybody, how we doing? So today the plan is to create faster with flows agent, and I'm going to explain what it is in just a little bit. And we're also going to have a look at a video, because a video is probably the best way to show you what 11 Labs flows agent can do. But while we wait, and I apologize for that duplicated audio. That was me trying to fix the LinkedIn issue. While we wait, drop in the chat and in the comments, in the replies, wherever you're tuning in from, whether that's LinkedIn or YouTube, where you're watching from. Let me know if you've tried Flows Agent. It was released a couple of weeks ago, early June, and I've actually been away off grid for the past week. And so I'm very excited that the first time that I'm back in front of the camera is doing this live workshop for 11 Creative Flows Agent. And yeah, we're about to get into it. I think the last one that we did was about flows. So if you missed that, I'm going to cover flows very briefly, and then we're going to go into flows agent, because this takes your content creation to the next level, and you can create at a speed that you couldn't have created with before. Because previously we were prompting specific assets and then putting everything together, but now we can prompt entire workflows. And without further ado, let's give this little video a quick watch.
Introducing Flows Agent in 11 Creative, your AI co-builder for creative assets at scale. Describe what you want and watch it build. Flows Agent picks the right models for user requirements, wires the nodes and runs the generations, all in one working flow. From there, you can create variants, easily swap products, and refresh your creative. Your agent will assist you on anything you need, and even get voice suggestions that match your campaign's tone and style. Once satisfied, dub your content into any language and test every concept side by side, all on one canvas. So what are you waiting for? Flows Agent, now in 11 Creative.
Amazing. So how cool is that, right? With flows, we can essentially prompt entire workflows. And so like I mentioned, whereas before, let's say we wanted to create an ad, we would go and prompt specific static assets and then maybe put everything together. If we wanted to create videos, we would go and generate the static images or the start frames, the end frames, include the logo, and try and put everything together. After that, Flows was then born, right? Which allowed you to do everything on this infinite canvas. And so the way Flows works, and let me just close the agent for now. The way Flows works is on this infinite canvas, you've got all of the tools that you have inside of 11 Labs. On this canvas, you can daisy chain all of them together. So let's say we wanted to create an image where we can right click and we can click on image generation. So here we've got an image generation node. let's say we wanted to add a prompt. I can either type in the prompt at the bottom right here, or we could again right click and we can go and choose text. And so I could just use this box or this text box as the prompt, and then I can feed that into the image node. And then if we want to turn this image into a video, well, we can drag out again through a quick node and select video generation. And each of these nodes have full access to the best AI image models in the world that are all inside of 11 Creative, and same thing for the video. And then you've got a bunch of other nodes at the bottom, such as obviously text-to-speech, sound effects, music. You can even use an LLM to help you write the prompts. Now, the problem or the feedback that we got from this is that you still need to be quite familiar with what models to use, whether you need to be using Kling 3 Pro for hyper-realistic B-roll, or you want to be using, let's say, Dance 2.0 for some motion graphics or cinematic Hollywood-style video clips. And so building out these flows, albeit you can build out a flow and then automate it, sometimes the challenge was actually building out the flow because we didn't quite know what to create. And so if I delete all of this, right here, we've got this little prompt box. And this little prompt box allows us to prompt the actual flow that we want to build. And so this right here is the flows agent. And so we can create anything we can think of. So any type of asset you would like to create, any type of workflow that you want to use on a repeated basis or not, we can simply go and ask the flows agent for it. And so I've got my own prompts, but I think it would be pretty cool if we create basically a couple of different flows with the flow agent just to show you what is possible, and then maybe even turn one of them into a template. And so while I go and grab my 2 prompts for the first simple one, why don't you guys drop a few prompts in the chat? So any type of video that you'd like to make or asset that you would like to make, or any prompt that you have, if you want to type it into the chat, you can do something short and sweet. You can do something that's a little longer, but put those in the chat and then we might try and create some of those afterwards. But right here, let me just copy this prompt. So in this little text box, we can type out everything. And so I've got this short, simple prompt that I actually just wrote down earlier. So I would like to make a flow that helps me create comparisons between different AI models. And I've actually made a mistake in it there, proof that I wrote it. So if I wanted to compare the same prompt with all of the same image models. So essentially, I had this idea for some social media content, is that when a new image model comes out, well, you want to see how prompts compare with all of the other models. And so imagine you wanted to use the same prompt for 10 different image models. Well, it would take you a lot of time to go through and prompt those manually. Even if I wanted to build this with flows, I would still have to go in and then create the prompt node and then create the, why am I getting a comment on screen? Is everyone else seeing that? I'm getting duplicated audio. I believe that issue was fixed. Let me have a look here. Can I unpin this? Okay, cool. Don't know what happened there. But if I wanted to create this comparison image, I would have to individually prompt each and every AI generation. If I was turning it into a flow, I don't know what's happening here. I'm getting another comment appearing on screen. I think it's the same one. Sorry about this. I'm not sure what's happening. Anyway, but with the flows agent, I can actually prompt it and tell it to build this. So here, I simply type out this prompt, right? And I haven't given it too much context. But again, the better your prompts, the better the output. But here for a simple one, just to show you what it's capable of, is I simply click send. And now Flows agent opens up this little tab in the right sidebar. And we can see the Flows agent thinking through how it's going to build what I'm asking. And what's really cool is you can see how it's thinking. And so you can understand, or you can see what it understands based off of your prompt. And so you can click on thinking to actually open it up and get the full context. It's looking at all of the available image models, and then it's thinking about the structure. And so it's actually taking, I guess, the creator cap here, the thinking cap, and it's going and figuring out how to actually build this piece of content. It is not just automatically generating a bunch of nodes and images, it's actually thinking about how this should be built. And the great thing is that Flows agent doesn't immediately go ahead and build something if it feels like it lacks context. So right here, as you can see, after it's thought for a little bit, it said, before I build it, a couple of quick questions. Do you want to compare all available image models or pick a specific subset? So here, I can either then go and choose all image models. I could choose top picks only, or I'll choose which ones, or I can even type out a custom answer. And so let's say I only want the top image models. Well, I could go and do top picks only. And so now, as you can see, it's working. It's giving me another question. And the flows agent is essentially holding our hand through this. And I don't have to think about the details. I just have to give it the creative direction. And so it then allows me to build this at a much faster pace. And so now we've got how long do you want how do you want to enter the prompt you're testing? And so I think it will be a shared text node. And basically this means that, similar to what I had earlier, we'll have one text node and it will link to all of the different image generation nodes, because I want to be testing the same prompt every single time. So I don't want each model to have its own prompt. So let's click on shared text node, go straight to all models. And now, as you can see, it's basically thinking about and it's recapping everything that I've been asking it. And in just a minute, or in just a few seconds, we should see it start to build out this flow. And we can see what image models it's selected. So if I just quickly open up this thinking, we can see that it's got GPT Image 2, Gemini 3 Pro, Flux 2 Pro, Seedream 4.5, which are some of the best AI image models in the world. And we can see nodes currently appearing right here. And now, as you can see, it's building it. And it's basically going step by step through building each and every single node. So it's built the little text node with the prompt inside it. And it's also giving us all of the different image generation nodes. So we've got Nano Banana Pro, Flux 2 Pro, Seedream 4.5, GPT Image 2, and Nano Banana 2. And so now we've got 6 image nodes. And all I have to do to then compare this one prompt, because it's given us a prompt, is click Run from here. And now it's going to generate the same prompt for each and every single image model. And so I've built that by simply typing out one sentence and clicking 2 buttons. So it's a really great and quick way to create, but this is for something simple. For Flows Agent, once you've built a flow, you can then go and edit it and customize it and keep on iterating with it through the chat within Flows Agent. So any changes that I would want to make, let's say I wanted to push this even further, well, I could simply go and describe what I want. So now I'm just going to select another little bit of prompt that I wrote out earlier, just while I was testing this. And I'm saying, can you compile all of the image generations into a single 60:9 frame with the name of each model in the bottom right corner of, let's do each generation. So it creates a comparison grid. And so basically the asset that I want is all of these image generations from different models. So Seedream 4.5, Nano Banana 2, GPT Image 2, to be on a grid that allows me to have a quick glance at it and I can see what generation was from what model. And again, instead of actually dragging it out, because I could go here and I could drag it out, create an image generation node, do edit, and then I'd have to go and drag, and then write the prompt and tag which one it is and describe it. But I'm not necessarily amazing at writing that specific prompt. But if I kind of describe the idea to 11 Labs Flows agent, if I zoom out and I send this, let's just click send, the Flows agent is then going to break down what I'm asking for and figure out the best approach. And as you can see here, it's literally saying the best approach here is to use GPT Image 2 with multiple reference images, because Flows agent has full context and full knowledge as to what model is best for what type of content, for what asset that we're going to build. And so as you can see, it's thinking through everything right here. And now in just a few seconds, we're going to see everything connected up. And while we wait, I'm actually going to open up a second tab and we're going to build out a flow that's a little bit more advanced to show you the capabilities. Here we're working on a static asset, but what if we want to go and work on a video? And actually, just the time it took to open up a new tab, we've actually got the new node with everything connected and with the prompt. As you can see, create a 3x2 comparison grid. And it's doing that because it knows that there's only 6 assets. And so it's really thought through all the details. Equal cells, 3 columns, 2 rows. Each cell contains one of the 6 provided reference images. And then it's even saying at the bottom to use the correct model names, etc. And here for speed, I'm going to turn the resolution down to 2K and let's just do medium quality. And let's see what this looks like. And you'll see on the right here, it's actually asking me if I want to go ahead and run this node, because the flows agent can also run our flows for us. And there's actually a few settings here. As you can see, it's using this amount of credits. We've got a couple of extra settings down here, and I'm going to get to that on the next one. But let's just see, if we click run, it's now going to go ahead and generate the asset that we're asking for with all of these images in it in a grid format. But let's just go to the new flow while that generates, and I'll click new flow right here. And we've already got the flows agent open up on the right, but let's just go to this little box if I close it. And I'm going to grab another prompt. And this time, this is a prompt that I've thought out a little bit more. Right. So the goal of this, being the World Cup at the moment, the goal of this was to create a type of asset of a jersey, or a cool product reveal of like a custom jersey. And so I wanted to try and create an 11 Labs style jersey. And by the way, I haven't yet actually tried this and built this out. And so we're doing this live together at the same time. And I think this is just it's going to be a testament to what Flows Agent is actually capable of. So bear with me. But the goal here, to build a 10-second cinematic product reveal ad for a custom World Cup football jersey. So the shirt is going to be the hero of the content. We're giving it some extra details. And then if I go down here, the front of the shirt has sponsor style branding across the chest and the 11 Labs brand name printed on it. I might do and only the 11 Labs brand name printed on it. And then here, I'm actually going to attach an asset. So here, as you can see, we've got this little attach button. This is because I can click attach, and then I can go through my files. If I've already got my brand assets, let's say you've already got your brand kit inside 11 Creative, you can go and select any of the assets. I've got image references of myself if I wanted to put a picture of me wearing it, and I can actually do that. So you know what? Maybe we tweak that a little bit. I'm not too sure. Maybe not. Let's just stick to the plan. Getting distracted. But I'm going to upload the 11 Labs logo. So I just simply click upload, and I'm going to select the 11 Labs logo. And as you can see, it's now uploaded, and I'm going to select this. So now, as you can see, we're using that as a reference. And if I scroll down a little bit, we've got the rest of our prompt. Here we want to add subtle World Cup energy, gold confetti, stadium light flares, and so on and so on. And then down here, we're describing a voiceover that we want to add to the asset. And so here, I originally went with a punchy, hype male voiceover, but I might go with a football commentator voiceover, because 11 Labs, within the voice library, there are some really good football themed voices that I love, and the agent should be able to go in and find them. But so now that I've written out this prompt, I've given it the one reference image. Here, I can simply click send. And now, with this bigger prompt that has a little bit more context as to the asset that we want to create, as you can see, the Flows agent is thinking through what it needs to build. And so first, before actually generating anything, it's planning it out. Now, if we have a look at the bottom right here, we can continue exchanging with the agent to prompt what we want to build, make changes, iterations, etc. Below the thinking, we can see that credits are used, right? And so obviously it uses an LLM in the background. Here we're up to 1,022 credits. Now, everything that will cost my Flows agent, or every action that the Flows agent takes for generating images, etc., is going to cost in credits, right? At the bottom here, we can adjust how much free rein we want to give the Flows agent when it comes to spending our credits. So if I click and open this up, the agent permissions, we have a few different options. First of all, if you want to be really safe and you want to make sure that you just check everything before the Flows agent actually generates anything, you can select confirm edits. This means that you have to approve every single generation that the Flows agent will make. Here, we can set it to auto run. So this means that the Flows agent will just go ahead and execute and generate everything without asking me if it should generate something. But we can also set a custom threshold, which is auto under threshold. And this means that we can basically tell it that we can basically tell the flows agent that it can generate images that don't cost much in credits. But if we're generating a hefty 8-second video with Cdance 2.0, that will take up a lot of credits, we might want to check the prompt before it generates it. And so we could go and actually choose one of these default settings or actually input a custom amount. So let's say I wanted 500 credits to be the limit where it asked me for permission. I could go and set that and click save. For fun here, I'm going to go ahead and click auto run. So we'll go ahead and build everything. And I'm simply going to select save changes. So now, it's got the brief and it's written out a plan. And as you can see, it's already placed the 11 Labs logo on the actual canvas. The first thing it's asking me to do is to pick a voice. And based on the search that it's done, it hasn't given us a voice, but I'm going to go ahead and just quickly type in football. And as you can see, we've got a few different voices now that have popped up from the voice library. So if I click play on this one, Gavin, football coach.
A garden kissed by the light of sunrise feels alive.
Doesn't quite match the style I'm going for. Let's try this British football announcer.
Can you believe it? Dream Tonics is on top form tonight. The fullback.
This is the type of voice that I want for my video. And so I'm going to go ahead and select this. Now Flows Agent knows exactly what voice to use. And it gave me, the quick little suggested search. And it gave me the little search box so I could go and make changes and adjust it. This way, I have full creative control still over the asset that we're generating, while Flows Agent is doing all of the work. And now, as you can see, it's written out a prompt for this jersey. It's got 11 Labs. It's using the logo as a reference image, and then it's gone through like some thorough detail. And for me to write out this prompt, it would have taken me quite some time. Here it's gone ahead to use GPT image 2, 16:9 aspect ratio, 1K resolution, quality set to high. And the reason it's likely doing 1K resolution is because when we're generating individual assets to use in bigger assets later on or in videos, the resolution doesn't have to be extremely high. And GPT image 2 for this small like jersey asset is perfect, I think, at 1K resolution. Now on the right, as you can see, it's still thinking and it's actually waiting for the generations that are happening right now. And once again, actually I say once again, I haven't mentioned this first, it's gone ahead and it's generated, I believe it's 4 different images. So as you can see at the top, we've got different generations that we can cycle through. So we'll have a choice. And then the 11 Labs Flows agent will ask us, okay, well, which generation should we use as the start frame? So it's generating 4 individual jersey start frames. And it describes, because I'm going a little bit fast here, the Flows agent is actually walking you through everything step by step and explaining everything to you. So if sometimes you're not even sure how to build something, if you're not sure about anything in terms of the creative process, whether that's what node to use, whether that's what type of voice you should use, whether what the prompt should look like, you can ask Flows agent to do everything for you or to help you understand how to build it. And it will figure out the best way and help you put it all together. And so as you can see, we've got one of the generations and we've got a second one of the generations. And let's just go and look at this one. I quite like this one. Maybe we've got, I think the first one over here as well. I quite like this one, black and white. These look really good. Not a big fan of that one. This one looks good. I like the white on the edges. But this is like genuinely the best thing about Flows Agent is that you don't need to be a AI expert or a content creation expert because Flows Agent is your content creation buddy. It's just like when you're using LLM for writing, now you're using Flows Agent for all of your static and video creation. So now that it's created all 4 start frames, it's going to generate the end frame, which is essentially just a tighter push-in angle showing the jersey closer, more dramatic post-orbit. And it's going to go ahead, or it's gone ahead and it's generating this. On top of generating the end frame, because once we've got the start frame and the end frame, it will generate the video between, and we're going to see what model it will go ahead and select. We've got 2 more nodes that have appeared down here. And it's told us it's created a text-to-speech node and it's created a music node. And so if we go have a look right here, it's done quite a few things. It's generated 4 different voiceovers using 11v3, which is the most expressive text-to-speech model, and it's the best text-to-speech model suited for this football commentator voice. It's generated 4 of them using the voice that I chose. And as you can see at the bottom, it's even written out the voiceover that all include audio tags, which direct the voiceover and on how to be delivered. And so let's go ahead and listen to the first one, see what it gives us.
Ladies and gentlemen, the kit has arrived. 11 Labs, official sponsor of the beautiful game. This is the jersey.
Pretty good. Let's listen to this one. This one's 10 seconds. And obviously, again, Flow's agent knows that we're looking for something that's 10 seconds long. And so it's gone ahead and written a script that it thinks will be 10 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, the kit has arrived. 11 Labs, official sponsor of the beautiful game. This is the jersey.
Excellent. So now we've got this 10-second voiceover. And if I wanted to, I could go ahead and customize and tweak it. Let's say we didn't want this long pause that we can see in all of them. Well, I could actually just go ahead and remove the audio tag. And now, if I click run, we could then rerun the voiceovers. And I could even go in and change the voice, but we want to stick to the football one, obviously. And I might just try rerunning it. Let's just select that voice. And I'm going to do it without that initial pause. And let's just click run. Now, if I go below, we've got the music node. And using 11 Music, it's gone ahead and it's generated a quick sports anthem track for the background of our video that will fit behind the voiceover. And so let's just go ahead and listen to one. That sounds perfect to me, in my opinion. 12 seconds, so ever so slightly over, but I think it's brilliant. Now, what we've got to do, it's given us 4 options for each. What we've got to do is it's going to ask us to pick which ones we want to use. And so let's say we wanted to use this one for the 11 Labs, right? As you can see, we can open it up. We've got a few different options down here. We can reference it in the chat. We can open up the original. We can download it. But let's say we wanted to use this one where we could simply go, we could simply reference in the chat and say, use this as the start frame. And then we'll click send. Or I could have gone in and manually sent it. Then we can do the same thing with the voiceovers. And so let me just go ahead and adjust. We'll see what, actually, you know what? Let me go back to the Flows agent. So got it. Using the active generation from the jersey start frame now, which end frame do you want to pair it with? Pick from the 4 tight ones above, right? And so I don't know, which one should we end it with? So we've got this one. I quite like that. It might be a little bit different. We've got this one. Let's use this one. I like the little 11 there. And if I wanted to regenerate and reprompt, well, we could 100% do that. And so now what I need to do is if I just click on it, I can't seem to reference this one in the chat. Why is that happening? So we seem to be missing the node. Let's have a quick look and see what is happening. All right, a slight technical issue. So let me just download that. I'm just going to, oh, there we go. I just had to refresh. Perfect. The node. Quick glitch then. Perfect. And now, so we've got the end frames. And so let's go and use this one. It's not the exact same jersey. So I should be going through to actually reprompt. And this is what's great about having the Flows agent check and make sure that you choose the generations, is that you could go in and you could be like, can we regenerate the end frame? Or I can use, let's just say we like, yeah, I think we'll go with this one. I will then reference, let's just say end frame, and I'll say use this one right here. Use this one as the end frame. And now it will likely ask us what we want to do for the video. So as you can see, before I generate the video, which voiceover music track do you want? Pick from the 4 rendered above. And so if we go back to the ones above, I should be able to, there we go, focus on these. We've got the regeneration that we did earlier. If I click play.
Ladies and gentlemen, the kit has arrived! 11 Labs, official sponsor of the beautiful game. This is the jersey.
I've just realized.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on. We've done this one right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the kit has arrived! 11 sponsor of the beautiful game.
Excellent. And so now I can, I believe, extract this generation. So I've got it individually. And then if I wanted to, I could go and click on reference a node. We can choose audio and say use this one. Perfect. Now it's going to go ahead and do that. We can see what it's thinking through. And as you can see, it's prompting us. Let's just say that, yes, we want to use this as the voiceover. And for the music, use the first generation. Excellent. And so as you can see, Flow's agent is simply just guiding us through everything. And now I click send. And here, it should go out and build everything. And it should then go and focus on the video generation. And the video generation, again, it's going to select the model. It's going to write the prompt. It's going to wire all the nodes up. And at the end, it should have a composition node. Now, as you can see, now building the video node wired to both frames. And I'm going to take a quick sip of water because it is currently very warm in the south of France. So while that while Flow's agent is building things, let me just have a quick sip. Actually, it says, look, here we go. Ready to generate the video. This is the last approval gate before the render starts. And let's just go, yes. I haven't read through everything. Obviously, it's best practice to read through everything. But at a glance, it's using Kling 3 Pro to do the start and end frames. And then it's using the voiceover, the one that we extracted, that's treating as an uploaded file. And then it's using the first generation because we asked it to use the first one for the music. So I'm going to go ahead and click yes. And now let me just quickly mute the mic while I have a sip of water. Excellent. Okay. My thirst is quenched. So here, as you can see, it's now added this node. And this is a Kling 3 Pro node generating at 1080p. The Flows agent has gone ahead and selected all of this. Now, the issue, there's no issue, but the fact that we're doing a live workshop, the issue that we're using Kling 3 Pro, it's an issue because it's a model that takes a long time to generate. If we would have used something like VO3 3.1 fast, well, it'd be a little bit quicker. And for the purpose of this video, maybe we do that. So let me see if I can run a second generation as well at the same time. So let's just do VO 3.1 light. I'll reduce this to 720 and I can make this 8 seconds max, which will be an issue, but we'll run it as a second generation because you'll notice that if I click run, it will then start simultaneously a second generation. So the first one is going to be the Kling 3 Pro, which is at 39-40%. Here, we've now got the VO 3.1 light. Is there a couple of extra things while we wait? First of all, are there any questions? And if there are, I will get to them in just a second. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else about Flow's agent. And the thing is if you do have questions after this workshop, you can simply type them into Flow's agent and Flow's agent will walk you through the entire thing. And it's really useful. Okay, so now as you can see, it's actually generated the video with Kling 3 Pro. It's lifting it up. There's a little bit of a change on the jersey, but that's because we should have regenerated to make sure that we were happy with the shot. But once it's generated the video with the start and end frames that was put together by the Flows agent, it's now put together this composition node. And if we unmute it, and I'll wait for this to loop, but if we unmute it towards the end.
Sponsor of the beautiful game.
Yep.
And gentlemen, the kit has arrived! 11 Labs, official sponsor of the beautiful game. This is...
Okay. So the reason it's frozen is because I believe there was a quick mistake that I didn't catch. It told us 5 seconds Cling 3 Pro. But if we go back to Cling 3 Pro, we should have made this 10 seconds to match. That's why it's a little bit frozen at the end. But we could go ahead and regenerate. But that right there is essentially how to use Flow's agent from start to finish. And it's as simple to get started. It's as simple as prompting what you want to create or typing out what you want to create. If you want to create ads, you want to simply describe the quick video that you want to create. You could add your brand asset or image and create it. And Flow's agent can go ahead and then create anything for you. And so let's say I then wanted to turn this into a repeatable workflow or template. Well, I could actually do that. Flow's agent has built out the flow. I can customize and tweak everything. And then I can click create template to turn that into a template. And so if I click create template for the inputs, we could then go and select what nodes we want to be customizable for the template. So maybe we just want to customize the logo. For example, if you're doing this for a bunch of different companies or for a bunch of different friends, or you're just building a template that you want anyone to be able to upload their logo to and have a very similar video, well, you could just select the logo as the input. I'll change the name on the right, and then we select the output. And the output would be the mixed composition node. So I select that output, and we could do final jersey ad, call it final jersey ad or final jersey reveal. Click continue, and then we can publish this as a template. And this means that if I go back to 11 Labs in templates, you can then build your own library of custom templates that you can reuse on as many times as you want. And so, for example, there's this template right here that allows you to place your logo on a t-shirt and then also have custom text on it as well. And behind every single one of these templates, you've got flows. So as you can see, there's a flow that was most likely built by Flow's agent, and there's a bunch of them that you can go and use and have a look at. And I think that's it. Let's see if we've got a couple of quick questions. Is the final ad node a studio session? So that is a really good point and idea, and I think it's feedback that the team have. So let me just close this. As of right now, if we click on these three little dots, you've got all of the options. So currently you can't open this composition node up into a studio session, but I believe this will happen eventually. If you go onto individual, where is it? Individual generations. As you can see, you can open up an image and video. And so you could go into your image and video feed and find the history of all of your generations. Or you could just simply download them and import them into the studio. Or again, reference in the agent chat and then prompt feedback with that specific asset being a reference. But as of right now, no. To answer your question, Brad, it's not a final studio session. But I'm sure and I hope that it will be very soon, because that will allow you to have full creative control. But if there are any changes that you want to make, well, you could simply go ahead and prompt them to the Flows agent. But to get around that, you could go ahead and download the individual assets. But then I think that takes out the automation out of the content creation. So it depends on what you're going for, really. But I've done this live on this workshop right now. But if you do take the time to regenerate a few of the assets, the elements, tweak the prompts ever so slightly, you can get to a point where you can repeatedly generate the high quality content that you need without needing to take it into Studio. So there we go. I think that concludes the session. And for fun, if you joined late, I'm going to replay the Flows agent video one last time. And if you have any questions, now's the time to write them in, because we'll be concluding the workshop straight away after that. So let's give this a little watch.
Introducing Flow's agent in 11 Creative, your AI co-builder for creative assets at scale. Describe what you want and watch it build. Flow's agent picks the right models for user requirements, wires the nodes, and runs the generations, all in one working flow. From there, you can create variants, easily swap products, and refresh your creative. Your agent will assist you on anything you need, and even get voice suggestions that match your campaign's tone and style. Once satisfied, dub your content into any language and test every concept side by side, all on one canvas. So what are you waiting for? Flow's agent, now in 11 Creative.
So there we go. That's it. That is Flow's agent, everybody. And if you join this workshop late, I'm pretty sure that we will have a replay of it. But if you go to the 11 Labs YouTube channel, if you go to videos, as you can see, there's an in-depth 10-minute tutorial that walks you through how to create faster with the Flow's agent. And we cover essentially everything in detail in a much more condensed format. And in this video, we build, I can't even remember what asset it is we build. I believe we build an ad live, but I walk you through each and every little step, how to prompt it, what all the settings, etc. do, and essentially how to create much faster and master the Flow's agent. That's it, everybody. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next month for the next workshop. Thank you very much.